Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
It's good. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time yesterday. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
It's really
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yoshi-san told me that he wants to talk to you sometime soon.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I feel we can do the good collaboration
Yeah.
towards startup economy or enhancing the startup business. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's good. So, okay. All right. Today we're gonna do discuss about US and Russia.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have a lot of questions. Maybe you need to tell me many things.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Thank
But
you.
actually speaking, I also studied several new concepts and words about international politics.
Okay, that's
It's
great.
very difficult area.
Oh, all right. Okay. But I think in your community, right? In your community, I mean, regarding to Yasashi Business School, many, can I say, clients or students, they are interested in this kind of topics, or they are quite new for those topics?
Well, actually speaking, there are many students who are very interested in the international politics. But in many cases, if we talk about seriously the international political conditions, there happens some serious conflicts. So usually we avoid from talking about those kind of issues.
I see. Yeah. When I was doing sales, my senior told me not to talk about baseball, not to talk about politics. That brings conflicts between you and your customers. I wasn't talking about 阪神タイガース or, 安倍首相がどうのこうの、岸田首相がどうのこうの。I never talk. Yeah.
But
All right.
in the past, about 20 years or 30 years ago, I heard people talk about more about politics. But in these days, recently, Japanese people had to talk about politics with colleagues, because I think it's the typical phenomenon there that in Japan there are many gaps, not only the economic meaning but also the way of thinking about the policy.
Okay.
Situation.
Yeah. But I think in let's say US, they talk about politics, right? They show which party they support and why I support them, that kind of things. But Japan, actually not really. We discuss about these things. We tend to avoid these topics.
Yes.
Do you think why?
Basically, first, let me clarify my opinion.
Yep.
I think people should speak more about politics with their friends, because we must understand the current situation. We must understand the current several gaps among people. So, in this sense, I think Japanese people should talk more about politics. But one of the reasons why people don't speak political issue is it's a kind of normatives or the norms we should create a good harmony among people. So while emphasizing on the harmony within the community or within the society, we avoid to talk about such debatable or discussable issues.
I see. Yeah, we can see that situation in the company as well. Not only the politics, but many
You're
things.
right. Yes.
I remember my Hong Kongese friend, when, you know, in the election, they kind of have that conflicts between friends, like friends support China and friends support Hong Kong. Yeah, I remember. That was very serious. Yeah. And this time, sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
This time, I tried to look for those articles, not articles, like those recordings of videos, which has like Russian brain, you know.
You're right.
I go through like Al Jazeera or something like that, but I couldn't really find, like even within 3 minutes, I couldn't really find. So this time I provide this article for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we can study the other, the way of thinking or other side. Yeah, and it's quite important.
Can you tell me about, can you tell me why Russia attacked Ukraine? I mean, in terms of maybe the position of Russia, if you are Russian, like maybe Putin, why you attack Ukraine? Is it okay for you to talk?
Okay. From the historical viewpoint,
right.
The history of Russia is the history of attacks by the foreigners in the very old era. The Mongolian entered into the domain of Russia, and in 19th centuries, in 18th century, Napoleon from France attacked Russia. So traditionally, Russian people feel they have to have 緩衝地帯なんていうんですかね。
Okay, 緩衝地帯. Let me see. Buffer zone. Buffer zone.
Buffer zone. Yes. Thank you. Yes, buffer zone. Yeah. Traditionally, Russian people feel they have to have the buffer zone between St. Petersburg or Moscow and the German, French, Japan, or China. So this is a basic direction of Russian policy. They want a buffer area. For example, in the Far East area, Russia has a very important city. The name is Vladivostok. Vladi means dominate.
Okay.
Vostok means the east. So Vladivostok is the city for dominating east to have the buffer zone. So the thing there is exactly the same as Ukraine. Looking at western boundary of the Russia, 国境ってバウンダリーであってます？
I think so. Just make sure. Hold on a second.
Border か。Border.
Maybe.
Border. Yeah.
Border.
Yeah. Looking at the western border of Russia, there are the Ukraine exists. Russia fear they have to get a great buffer area. And when Russian people say buffer, that means not only the land, but also the people.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So
Yes.
Russian people feel they have to have the and they try to create a buffer by using the Ukraine people and land.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's the now, but in the Russian world, historians usually use the word Russian world, Russia 世界. This is the basic logic of Russian world. Not only the Russian people, but also Ukraine people, Belarusi people, ベラルーシの発音もわかんないけど、they feel they are the followers or the なんていうのかな。How do I say? Yeah, it's the similar to the past なんていうのかな。古代中国。いろいろ言葉出ないな。It's the
Ancient China? Ancient China?
Yeah. Thing. Yeah. It's the same logic as the ancient China Empire. The center of the world is China.
Yeah.
Then they have the 周辺冷蔵国なんて言うんだろう。
The country around 冷蔵国。
And they have the peripherals of
vassal state. Vassal state. 冷蔵国。
Vassal state.
Vassal state.
Korea, Japan, Vietnam. They are the peripherals to protect the center of the world.
All right.
It's the same logic as the Russian world.
Okay.
Moscow or St. Petersburg is the center of the world, and then if the Ukraine people feel our center is the St. Petersburg, Russia, the culture, economy, even the policy, the center is Russia, Moscow. But recently, such structure are broken down. So the Ukraine now becomes a problematic situation. Recently, they feel independent from Russia, and Western countries fear the threat of Russia in Ukraine.
Okay, so Russia still think Ukraine is important, but it's because they protect Russia as a buffer zone, including Ukraine people. Okay, that's why Ukraine tries to join what is the alliance name?
NATO.
Then that's gonna be that was the trouble.
And there exists a Caspian Sea, Sea of Caspian. That means there exists a very important economic port and military port,
which is not frozen.
Yes, you're right.
It's very cold country, so all the ports are gonna be frozen. But Ukraine
can import and export with Turkish, Africa, and Mediterranean countries.
I see. So that means Ukraine is not only Ukraine is important not because of not only like as in their buffer zone, but in terms of economy or military condition that Ukraine is very important for Russia. That's why they cannot lose.
Yes.
Okay. That's true. That's true. What is happening if Ukraine belongs to like Ukraine joined the NATO? What happened? What will be happening? What do you think?
World War?
World War. Oh no.
It's very difficult, but yeah, there are two scenarios when the Ukraine enter into the NATO. The happiest scenario is stopping the war by the power of NATO. Otherwise, NATO and Russia starts the world war.
Yeah. NATO cannot allow Ukraine to join, isn't it? Maybe.
Yes, I agree with your idea because the head of NATO also understand the meaning of the entrance of Ukraine. If Ukraine enter into the NATO, from the viewpoint of Russia, there are no buffer from NATO to St. Petersburg.
That's right. So what? Okay, if you were NATO, then what would you do? How do you do you support Ukraine, or how do you support Ukraine?
Of course. Yes, basically, your idea, I think your idea is right. NATO will support by various approach without making the alliance, make Ukraine enter into the NATO. Yes, maybe they provide several arms, several weapons, several soldiers, but it's a fundamental motivation of giving weapon or giving soldiers is to keep the situation stable.
Okay. To keep the situation stable.
Sorry, I made a mistake. I mean to stop the war.
Okay. How can they stop the war? I mean, okay, if
it's the namely peacekeeping operation. Peacekeeping operation.
Okay.
Giving the military power by using the military power.
Okay.
Because exerting the military power, they try to stop Russian attack.
All right.
They try to give the signal to Russia.
All right. No actual attack by NATO. Okay. All right. So NATO cannot attack Russia. I mean, NATO cannot destroy Russia. Otherwise,
yes, you were right.
They become very aggressive. But NATO also cannot forget about Ukraine, since Ukraine's war is very much known by people in the world. So they cannot okay, but they are not they are doing things without official alliance.
Yes.
All right. Oh, that's so complicated. So, in your opinion, what Japan should do?
Yes. For Japan, the problem is more complicated because the China support the attack of Russia. So China clearly supports Russia. So from the viewpoint of world population, more than 40% of world population support the attack of Russia. Not only China, but also India support the Russia's attack. So thus, if Japan so if Japan supports the NATO or support Ukraine more, maybe the relationships with China deteriorates.
Right. Yeah, India was a difficult situation. Like they are buying oils from Russia in cheap cost. But what was the president name? I forgot the Indian president name.
I don't know
okay.
I don't know his or her name.
Sorry, I forgot his name. That president, personally, he say he supports Ukraine, but not the country. Yeah, not it doesn't mean India support Ukraine, right? So it's quite complicated.
Yes.
Yeah, India and China is kind of developing dramatically. That's why they need oil or cheaper resources from Russia. Yeah, but how
They
big?
tried. Please go ahead.
How big is the Russia GDP? How resourceful are they? I mean, I'm not sure. Russia is not very big country as in economy, but they have a lot of resource. That's why many country doesn't really, many country cannot say like Russia is bad and that kind of things. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Not only the oils, but also the several rare metals Russia have. And although the economic power of Russia is quite small compared to the US, but they have the very strong military power, and especially they have the largest nuclear power in the world.
Yeah. That's right.
It's quite important.
Yeah. Is that because Russia and North Korea is not like really attacked by US or those big countries, maybe NATO? It's because of nuclear.
Partly, yes. The nuclear is one of the reasons. But I think basically China, India, those emerging, newly developing countries are trying to change the world structure.
Yes. China money. What would we call gain?
Yes.
Electrical gain, something like that. They are trying to.
Yes, you're right. Because the dominant, for example, looking at the internet world, most of the areas are dominated by US companies, Google, Microsoft, Apple, and etc. So, under such economic domination by US, China feels so stressful because their technologies are already quite great. So they try to change their world structure.
Yeah, UN is getting powerful, I feel. Yeah, that's right. And now in terms of population, China and India is top 2 in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, and because of the what was the former president of US? What was his name?
Trump.
Yeah, Trump.
Yes.
Trump forced people to go back to their country. So India got many good engineers for IT from US. So India
if
got
if Trump become the prime minister again, there happens a world war. Maybe.
Oh no. Yeah.
Of course, Chinese people, the nations don't want to do a war, but the things are the political party, Communist Party, Chinese Communist Party, have a different idea from Chinese people. Listening to the voice of Chinese people, they don't want to do the war, or they don't try to change the world structure, but things are totally different from the viewpoint from Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, because there are only like one party dictatorship. So even Chinese people think the other way around, but one party say this, then they must follow that. Yeah, that's difficult. But because of the one party dictatorship, that's why maybe China got power. Maybe they got improved their country. Because they can decide things quick. They can control things strictly.
Yes.
I see.
And, such a one-party system is quite suitable for a digital economy.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the digital economy, the data size is becomes the power.
That's right. Big data.
Yeah. Why Google has the competitive advantage? Because they have the several information about our individual party experience and so on. And by using those data, Google can give us the several hints, information, contents, products in line with our life.
That's right. True. And when we look at Japan, why the digital transformation is so slow? It's because they need to have like some kind of understandings or supports from others. That's why they cannot decide or change things quickly. But if there is only one community, one party got power, maybe they can change the law easily, or maybe something like that.
Before doing the digital transformation, we must change the business transformation of operation. Japanese economy or Japanese political systems keeps a quite keeps a legacy system from Showa era. So at first, Japan has to change such the way of doing business or way of doing policy. Then we can introduce the IT system, digital system, to the newly created operation flow. The problem lies in the current operation legacy operation flow.
That's right. That's right. That's why my number card is still not so convenient. It's convenient,
Yes.
but not so convenient.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, the system of regional address. How do I say? For example,
Family register.
the word Nishinomiya 8 have dual meanings. Nishinomiya 8 means Nishinomiya 8丁目 or Nishinomiya 8番地.
That's right. That's right.
So, so if you enter into digitally Nishinomiya 8 in the system understands, oh, this is a Nishinomiya 8, and the system can connect to the GPS information. This is a Nishinomiya 8, but there exists two Nishinomiya 8 points.
Yeah. Oh, that is critical.
Yes,
it doesn't work.
Yes, so at first we have to improve the operation or the analog side.
Okay, maybe
Firstly, we have to reorganize the address system. Then we can introduce the IT system.
I see. Yeah, I gotcha. That's right. I see. Okay. Yeah, there are quite many issues. I feel it's not possible to, convert those analog data to digital data. It's quite difficult because we are using like kanji and hiragana and
yes, you are right.
Number, zenkaku, hankaku, something like that. Yeah.
And this is what the digital minister Kono said in 2 days ago.
I see. 2 days ago.
2 days ago or 3 days ago,
Okay.
Kono digital minister said, before doing the digital transformation, at first we have to change the address system. Because we keep the address system from Meiji era, so
right.
there are many troubles. Even the operation of Yubinkyoku.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a typical example of why Japan are so slow to introduce IT system.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it's understandable. Thank you. Thank you, Koichi. So
Thank you.
Today is Thursday. So next lesson is gonna be
maybe the next week.
Next week. All right. Then okay. What kind of topics would you prefer to talk about, discuss about?
Yeah, any issue I welcome. But how about doing the topic about the business?
Business, okay.
Business.
Okay. Do you have like any particular area or field you want to discuss about?
Okay. I want to try to use English in the area of innovation management.
Innovation management. Yeah, your major.
Yeah, my major.
Okay. All right. I will have a look for that.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Koichi.
Thank you.
All right. Then I will see you next week.
See you next week.
You have a nice day today. and
Have a nice day.
say hello to your wife.
Can I speak a little bit more about our business?
Sure. Should I
じゃあ、
talk?
Okay, please.